So a topic I keep saying over and 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 over again is this thing of going 50-50. Oh my gosh. As a man, why do you want to go 50-50 with your woman? As a man, you should be a provider. Why do you want to go 50-50? I just find it interesting. And the reason why I find it interesting is because, well, first of all, most of the women who have this conversation or perpetuate this conversation are broke. First of all. But secondly, I find it interesting because I think it's a conversation that usually centers on the most basic dumb things. Maybe not dumb, but like it centers on the most basic things. It's like, oh yeah, why would I want a man who wants to go 50-50 on a date? Okay. Okay. Yeah. I think we focus so much on things that are inconsequential. And I think that's like my problem with most of the internet and things that people watch on like TikTok and stuff like that is a lot of these things are like centered on just the most basic of things, like some of the most shallow things. And it's like you realize there's a heck of a lot more. But I think here's why I think we end up doing this. I think we end up doing this because a lot of people focus on how do I have a nice, fun, princess treatment relationship, right? So a lot of it is just relationship. I think a lot of people, once you start to think long term, a lot of things don't actually matter. Like once you start thinking, okay, 10 years from now with this person, once you start thinking of things like that, I feel like a lot of things don't matter, right? And so for example, this is my take on 50-50, mine. I'm not saying you should all do my take, right? And I think, for example, when it comes to dates, if you think of it as it's a man's responsibility to come up with the dates, it's a man's responsibility to pay for the dates and everything like that, I think you miss the point. I think if you think of it that way, so if you're, for all the women, if you think of a good relationship as that, then you miss the point, because a good relationship is equal, right? And not just 50-50 when it comes to settling the check and like paying for. No, I think a good relationship is 50-50, not 50-50, but like I think one of my favorite quotes is a good relationship is 60-40 and everyone's striving to be the 60. And I think if you look at it and say, okay, how do we, again, we're starting with dates, right? I'm not going to date a girl who only waits for me to set up dates. There are some of you who I have given up on. And yeah, I'm like, this is me revealing things. I'm sorry. But yeah, if you feel like I ghosted you or something, I'm sorry. It's because you have zero effort. You show zero interest. If you're always gonna wait for me to plan something, if we only ever hang out when I make the effort for us to hang out, my assumption is that you don't want to hang out with me. I want to hang out with you, so therefore I'm the one who makes the plans. Because if I want to hang out with you, I hang out with you. Why is that so difficult? If you want to hang out with me, why can't you say, hey, what are you doing this weekend? Do you want to hang out? Simple, isn't it? Like, it's not even, bro, it's not even rocket science, right? If you want to hang out with me, you can just say, hey, do you want to hang out? It doesn't mean that now it doesn't mean that you have to plan everything about it, but you can just say, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. When can we meet? Simple and straightforward. And I think once we start putting certain things as, oh, this is what the man is supposed to do. For me, the question is always, what about you? And like people say this thing of, no, if he wanted to, he would. Bro, how many things have you wanted that you haven't done? And like this whole, how many times have we spoken the last few weeks? The last episode. I spoke about things that we want to do, but we haven't gotten around to doing, or we don't have the guts to do them, or the motivation and things like that. How many times have you thought of doing something and you haven't done it? How many times have you said, hey, I want a budget. I want to start saving money. I want to save money. And you haven't saved money. So now you suddenly want to be, no, if he wanted to, he would. How many things do you want that you don't do? So yeah, when I think of 50-50, I think not just, oh, we should both put our money to, I think effort. I think, oh, I'm just gonna sit here because he's the man, he should text me. Bro, homie's busy. Have you thought of texting him? Oh, he's a man, he should text me. You know for a fact this boy is traveling. Oh, not boy, man. You know for a fact he's traveling. Have you bothered to just check and see if he's okay? No, but he's the man. You are stupid. Yeah. But yeah, and it's very important how we show up for people. It's very important how we show up for each other. It's very important how we make ourselves available for the other people or for the other person. And I think we've gotten to a space where I guess people have been hurt. People have been heartbroken and stuff like that because they maybe put themselves out there for someone and that person didn't really appreciate them. So now we just have people simply looking out for themselves. And it's just, oh yeah, you must do these and then that and everyone just wants what they want to come out to the fore. And no one is just trying yo man, let's just walk together. Let's just grow together. And I think a lot of people don't want to do that. And so So yeah, we find ourselves in this space of, how can you serve what I want? How can you make me happy? How can you fill the gaps that are in my heart? And it's like, okay. But yeah, I think my question for you is like, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on what does 50-50 mean to you? When you think of the word 50-50, what's the first thing that comes to mind? Is it just financially? Is it all encompassing? Is it, if you put the effort to be with me, so I'm gonna put the effort to be with you. And I think the other side of this conversation is the fact that, do you appreciate the efforts that the other person makes? Because I think that's the other side, which is, do you appreciate the things that I'm doing for you? And I think for a lot of people that get shocked, they're like, oh my gosh, this man was so good to me. He did this, and then he cheated. It's like, he might have cheated because he's just a cheater. That's just who he is, right? But the other side of this conversation is, do you think maybe he cheated because you don't seem to show appreciation for the things that he does? But that's next week's topic. But yeah, give me your feedback. What are your thoughts? ChimTC, CHIMTC on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and on YouTube. And I hope that we can be a people who learn to give the love that we would want to give. I think we need to stop being in this space of just, do this and then do this and then do this, and then having this long list of things that we want people to do for us. But the moment those people call us up to a higher standard, to their standard, once they bring out their list of things, we're like, hey, you're being so, hey, and it's like, yeah, it's kind of, yeah. Because you guys are just going into this with a long list of things that you want to be done for you. You're not willing to sit down and think, okay, how can I be there for the other person? And then you get shocked when the other person has a long list of things and they feel like you don't meet it. And now you're like, and then now we get things of like, okay, but again, that's next week's topic. But yeah, let us treat people the way we want people to treat us. Matthew 7:12 talks about, do unto others as you'd want to be done to you. Let us be a people who show the love that we would want to give. And I know some of us have been hurt before because we've given our love to someone and that person didn't appreciate it and they just threw it out the trash. And now it's like, oh my gosh. But it's like, no, don't switch up. Just because one person didn't pick up what you were putting down doesn't mean you should now get rid of it and like only show up looking for things that can help. Like, no. Show up ready to serve. And if you're patient enough, you'll find someone who's willing to do the same for you. Until then, protect your life, man. Protect your life. I'm out.